me tell you a story. Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the believer, and we're both Flemmy.
We are the Flim sisters.
Oh, which is funny because our name used to be Clem.
Yeah, aka the Clem sisters, but tonight we're definitely the Flim.
Yeah,
Flim
that's
sisters.
a little PTSD. I had a lot of people call me Flim when I was in high school.
Or Clem Cadiddlehopper.
Clem and M.
Oh, I like that one. That's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
Clementine, that was always cute.
Yeah, I really regret not naming a kid Clementine.
I came very close to Macy James being Clementine.
I'm really bummed about it. There was a Clementine in Owensboro, and I was like, that's the cutest name I've ever heard.
It is.
Everybody called her Clem.
Right. But see, everybody called me Clem growing up, and so I feel like it would be weird to call my daughter Clem.
I know. Yeah.
Because it's such a last name. You know, it's like, you know, when people now, they're like Mattingly, you know. It's not an endearing first name.
Yeah. I really hate that I got rid of the name Clem.
Oh, I didn't, girl. It's in there. I kept it as my middle name. I hyphened my middle name, Lee Clem. Yeah, I'm like, no. The patriarchy will not win this one.
Yeah, I just wish I had just not taken his name.
You were young, girl. You
were so young.
You were a baby.
I was so young, and I was so Republican back then.
Which is so funny to think about.
I know. I was real conservative.
God, I don't think I ever was Republican.
I know. I was very, I used to have this is embarrassing.
Oh, what?
I used to have a bumper sticker that said, "We love you, GW."
Oh, wow. That is very embarrassing.
When I was 16.
And that is very much telling how much mom and dad influenced you.
Right. I had a grown woman, she was probably like in her 30s, walk past my car once and she was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, really."
Oh, I love her. Where's she now?
Yeah, now I'm like, "Yeah, really. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry."
Oh, that is how times have changed.
I think it's how I got my last job because that was I was driving that car when I was being a nanny for my previous boss.
Your Trump lover boss?
He is a Trump lover. So for a while, I would back in my car because by the time I started working there, I was wiser. So I had to back up because my bumper sticker now said anybody but Trump 2016.
Yeah. There you go.
So it took a while. He eventually saw it, and we had a little conversation. And I was like, sorry. Not sorry at all. Not sorry at all.
And boy, we got political real fast. But I would like to point out that now we influence our parents.
Yes, we do.
Dad just said the other day at lunch, I don't know if you heard him, he was like, well, it sucks because I am Republican, so all I can vote for are Republicans. Yeah. And I very under my breath said, you might want to do something about that. Like,
right.
Hey, you have power to change your vote.
Right. That was for the primaries. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the primaries.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're stuck to your party.
You're stuck, but you can always go back and re-register and re-vote.
That's right.
I mean, you can't re-vote, but you can re-register.
Right.
So that you can get onto the Democratic vote.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I know what we need to do, though. We need to vow to never follow a party.
Yes.
We need to vow to follow good leadership because, I mean, you know, a long, long time ago, Republicans were very much liberal, and then that switched. Right. I just learned that history there. It's like, well, that's interesting. Yeah. But I think some people get so stuck on the name.
Right.
And like, it's my team. No. Yeah. No, you can switch up teams.
For sure.
Yeah, for
100%.
Sure.
Yeah, sorry for politics with the sisters.
Yeah, I mean, we're Flemmy tonight, so there's no telling what's going to happen.
We're not on cold medicine, but I probably could be.
Yeah, we could do that. That'd be a fun new. See where the night goes.
Oh, I used to love when my college roommate she took like strong cold medicine. And she would be so loopy. It was hilarious. I loved it.
Well, I have been trapped because I have a cold, but my child, Miles, has had the stomach bug since Friday.
Yeah, it's going around our school like crazy.
Bad. It's bad. So I have, I've been doing it. I've been like mom of the year this weekend. Vomit, diarrhea in the bed. We're talking it all, the whole gamut. I won't go into all of the fun details for you, but I've also
like how that was not going into the details.
Sorry. Well, trust me, there were a lot more. If you think that was bad and you want to hear more.
I don't. I don't. You can tell me off air if you really want to talk about it.
No, it's fine. Sometimes when you go through something traumatizing, you feel like you have to process it. But this is one I'll just keep to myself.
Okay.
But my point is, stomach bug is bad enough. But I've also been trapped in a house with a 3-year-old monster.
Oh.
The other day, I had a job interview. And my husband said, "Are you nervous?" I said, "No." Because here's the thing. It cannot be as hard as a conversation with a 3-year-old child. I mean, she is navigating her so tricky. So I remembered this one because I thought this is like I always try to articulate it, and this was perfect. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm on the couch, and all of a sudden, something I had to move quickly. I don't know if Miles was sick or what, but she was already kind of like being, shitty. She was just kind of in a bad mood.
Yeah.
And I went to stand up, and I was so caught off guard because it was so unexpected in my own home to be assaulted. And I stood up and I saw something on the ground. I kind of bent down to get it real quick. And that, I guess was the perfect opportunity to kick me in the butt and made me fall down.
Oh my
I know.
gosh, that's awful.
It was horrible.
You're so old.
I'm so old. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It does take me a little bit longer to get up these days. So I fall down. It wasn't a bad fall, but I mean, it made me angry, because I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm trying to help your brother. And then here you are throwing a fit that I've been doing really good to ignore. And then I guess,
she's like, well,
right, pay attention. What do I got to do? Well, she got my attention. So I turned around and I said, Macy James, that is not okay. You do not kick mama. Well, girl, she lost her shit. She's on the couch now, full arched back, screaming, I didn't kick you. To the point that I looked over at Miles and I was like, did you kick me? And he was like, no. Like, he's like, I'm sick. And I'm like, somebody kicked me. But now she's like, no, it was not a ghost. I never questioned whether it was a ghost or anything. I was just pissed and I knew she kicked me, but her fit lasted long enough and she was so convincing.
Oh no.
That I was like, well, maybe it was an accident and she didn't even realize she did it. So finally, just to like be done, I was like, okay, you didn't kick mama. And when I said that, she gets all the way calmed down. She goes, I pushed you. And I was like,
bitch,
oh,
get it right.
you little bitch. I was so mad. Oh, it was so bad. And I look over at Miles and he cannot, as sick as he is, he's like starts laughing. He's like that was comedy gold. Like that whole thing. Gosh. I just had to laugh with him. And I was like, Macy James. And then I started laughing. And then now she's laughing. I'm like, well, you don't push mama. And she's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, oh,
turd.
Oh, she's such a turd. So yeah, that's kind of the like tricky mind games.
Yeah.
This little shit plays with me. And I'm like, I don't know how to navigate you.
Yeah.
You had me convinced you didn't kick me. Like you had me convinced you did not.
You.
She's gaslighting me.
3 years old. That is hilarious. It's so funny. She's like, semantics are important. You will be hearing some clinky noises tonight because
unapologetically you'll be hearing that.
Yeah, we're drinking Paloma.
It's been a while.
Paloma. Singular. No, we're drinking Palomas.
Is it like moose? Meese?
No.
Mice?
Nope, you can put an S on the end of this one. And Rue's not editing this one, so
clink away.
She would be like, I hear clinks, which is fine. You give us notes, but
yeah, we like to clink sometimes.
It's okay. Sometimes we're gonna clink. And we're so close to summer break, we deserve a Paloma.
Do you think Rue listens when she doesn't edit us?
I don't know.
Rue, let us know. Because
nobody tell her.
Yeah, I'll start talking mad shit.
No, she won't. Don't piss her off. We love her.
I'm kidding, Rue. There's no mad shit to talk about you. You're lovely. You're absolutely lovely. You put up with our clinking of our glasses.
That's right. I had a very different weekend than you. I went to a book club girls' night.
Oh my gosh, you're such a bitch.
I know. I went out to dinner to an Australian restaurant.
What? Where's that at?
On Frankfurt Avenue.
Did they have shrimp on the bobby? I know you say they hate that, but did they have it?
I don't think they did. They had a lot of really interesting things, though.
What do they eat in Australia?
Crab-filled fried chicken. What?
How do you even do that?
I don't know. One of the people I was with got it. She said it was good.
Was it good?
She said it was good. I got salt and pepper calamari. It was maybe the best calamari I've ever had.
Ooh, that sounds amazing.
And we had this big charcuterie board because it's also a cheese shop.
Where is this?
On Frankfurt Avenue. It was a little pricey, but it was good. And this was the weirdest thing that we have to talk about. They had a goat cheese infused vodka.
Oh no, that sounds awful.
And there was a drink that they had that we were all like, ooh, that sounds weird. We should get it. So we got one drink for the table and then we all took our straws and tasted it. It was way better than I would have expected.
Am I thinking like Bloody Mary kind of savory?
No, it was a little savory. It really reminded me of our sister's bruschetta, but without the tomatoes.
Oh, her bruschetta is killer.
It's so good. It was weird.
It sounds like a Bloody Mary.
No,
like a very thin Bloody Mary.
No, It was like creamy looking.
Ew. You're not selling this restaurant right now.
I don't think I could drink the whole thing, but a couple of the girls there were like,
but one strawful was just did the trick.
They were like, I would order this. I'm like, I don't think I could order this, but they liked it. Anyways, it was interesting.
About creamy, savory.
It wasn't really savory. It was a little sweet.
Ew.
It had a sugar.
Bruschetta is not sweet.
It had a sugar accent, like a little.
What? Okay, I'm out.
Anyways, yeah.
Goat infused, creamy, sugary
vodka. Yeah, it was really pretty looking. But
I never thought Australia was weird until this conversation.
Australia is real weird to me. It's like a danger zone the minute you walk outside, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I always knew that. Like
it's so scary.
Yeah, I love that. I think that would be amazing.
Those huge spiders?
Yeah.
Like, they're huge.
I want to see one.
And they're just in your house.
Oh, I think it's amazing. I want to see one
I don't know if I could even visit Australia.
Oh, I could definitely go.
Kevin would love to go at some point.
Oh, well, Kevin and I'll go. Where are you and James going to go? To a video gaming extravaganza.
No, I'm not that big of a gamer.
You say so.
I'm retired now. I finished the quest.
Oh, okay. So it's like one that you're done.
Yeah, I don't care to do anymore. I just wanted to do Harry Potter, and I did it, and now I don't ever want to do another one.
All right, thank God.
So I've hung up my gamer hat, and now I'm back to just being me.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like an amazing weekend.
Yeah, it was really nice. And then we went to a casino afterwards.
Okay.
But I didn't stay very long.
Did it hurt bad enough? Hold on, let me tell you what else I did. I went and won a lot of money.
No, I didn't win any money.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better.
Yeah, I didn't lose a whole lot either. I didn't stay very long, but it was fun.
Well, good. That sounds like you had a blast. I wish you would have sent me pictures and texted me all along so I could live vicariously.
Well, then we'd have nothing to talk about right now.
True, that's true. Gosh, this podcast sucks. You also might hear a little giggling from next door.
Yeah, they're partying hard.
They are partying hard, but it makes, there's somebody out there laughing so hard and so much that it makes me think someone's tickling them, which reminds me of our conversation last week when we talked about people tickling each other.
Yeah.
And then Miranda, she's amazing.
She's our official fact checker now.
Yeah, she came through and was like, yeah, that's an actual thing. And here's the documentary on it. I'm like, I knew I saw that somewhere. Just like I knew all along that Ernest Hemingway's cats had 6 fingers.
All along you were saying
all Ernest along Hemingway. It was Ernest Hemingway. I knew that from the get-go. Look, come to me. I know it all.
Why was he on an island, though?
Who the fuck knows? He's Ernest Hemingway. I don't know why what did he do? He wrote? He's a writer, right?
It was an island, though.
Was he political at all? Why was that? Why do I always think Ernest Hemingway was he was just a writer?
I think so.
Why is he so important? Moby Dick? Was that him?
No, I don't think so. I think his name was Ishmael. No, I'm just kidding.
We better stop while we're at. All right, so are you ready to hear some great stories from the gift that keeps giving?
Yeah.
Fancy fart. Okay. So fancy.
We've given up.
We've totally given up. I don't even know if Fancy Fart actually listens. I hope that every time I say Fancy Fart, if they are, they're laughing. But I can just keep going for days. They just keep writing more and more stories. And I kind of love it because it's like we're really getting to know Fancy Fart's family. Their family history. It's great. I don't know why.
Fancy Fart family.
Yeah, I don't know why they would name this person Fancy Fart. It's so weird. And you'd still love them after that. But anyway, they do. Fancy Fart seems to love their family. They write a lot about them. So if you are just now tuning into our podcast, why? Go back. Start from the beginning. No, don't, because we have some work your way backwards.
No, because I'm telling you, I'm a big fan of you got to start from the beginning because there's a lot of little inside jokes.
All right, I just feel like we've come so far from the beginning. So
we have.
If you decide to, then just realize, hang in there. Our editing gets way better.
The editing gets better. Yeah. Eventually, we can afford somebody.
No, you do really good. But our sound quality overall is just way better.
Yeah, we used to record on AirPods. We each put one in.
Oh my gosh.
Remember that?
So funny. I do remember that. That is like a flashback.
Yeah, it's better now.
That's like thinking about, how far technology has come, and oh, it's just funny to me.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi just shared my password with you. It was a magic moment.
That was for real magic. Like that kind of magic I believe in. Because it happened right in front of my face.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Because you could see a ghost happen right in front of your face. And you're like, well, it's probably electricity.
But this was productive. It was very helpful. If you're gonna be a ghost, I need you to do my laundry, and then
So
I
if a
might believe
ghost
you.
comes in and does some chores for you, some light housework, you'll be
That would
like,
be lovely. I would start believing for that.
okay, all right, noted.
Yeah, yeah. Bring them on over. If you start doing that, then come on. Oh, how's your house been since you're cleansing? Any
Nothing weird has happened. I
luck?
do think I figured out what the glow was,
Okay,
but
what
there's
was
no
it?
reason for the glow to have happened.
Okay. So what was the glow?
I think it was our scale in the bathroom. Has that
Oh.
blue glowy
Mm-hmm.
light.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody was stepping on it.
Well, I mean, you could have walked by it and bumped it.
No, I was in the closet.
You weren't a minute ago.
But when I left, the light was off.
Okay, this kind of reminds me of a funny story. I don't have a scale at my house because I love myself. And I don't know that negative energy
Yeah, I
in my
get it.
house. Like, no thanks. I've never had one. I've never owned one, and I'm proud to say it. I don't mind it. I love my body. I don't care what weight I am. I feel better at some weights than I do others, and I can feel that. I'm like, oh yeah, I must be. And I know my body well enough that I'm like, I know what I weigh right now. I'm pretty good at it. So been dealing with this body for a long time. The other day, though, but when you see one laying around, it's like, oh, hey, it's fun to check in and kind of guess. I kind of like I pretend like I'm at a carnival, like guess the weight of this lady, and I'm always the lady. It's a
This
fun little
lady.
game I play with myself.
Nice.
So, where was I? Now I can't remember because I've been locked in this house for so long. Oh, I went to a baby shower, yeah, like last weekend. And I'm at this baby shower, and in their downstairs bathroom, which I thought was a funny place to keep your scale.
They also love themselves.
They do, I guess so. But it not in the morning after they've come downstairs. Anyway, it's fine. Their bathroom scale is in their like, half bath downstairs. So I'm in there, I'm like, oh, I'll just hop on and see how I'm doing. Doing pretty good, which was great, but I'm not doing great enough that I want to share it with the world. And it like would not go away. So I'm standing in there. I've already done my business. I weighed myself. It's flashing. I'm like, okay, thank you for telling me. I'm completely off of it. And I'm like, now go away. And then I like had to wait like 5 minutes, Aaron. Like
Oh
I
my
was in there
gosh.
for the longest time. I'm like, they think I'm in here pooping because now I can't. I just have to sit here and wait till I like picked it up and shook it. Like I thought maybe if you
Like an
shake
etch a
it and
sketch.
etch a sketch. Yeah, it was quite embarrassing. And then it finally went away. I was like, phew. But then I had to walk out shameful, like,
I
oh.
wasn't pooping. I was weighing
I
myself,
was weighing
everybody.
myself, and I just didn't want everybody to see how much I weighed. Like I just had to like casually join the conversation again, like nothing had just happened. But I was like sweating bullets. Like, what if it never goes away? I'm gonna have to break this woman's scale. The lengths I'm gonna have to go to get out of this bathroom.
Oh man.
Oh, I'll tell you what, pretty
It's
funny.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Well, I'm glad it
it was a
worked out in the
panic.
end.
It was a panicked moment of like, what? I just messed up their scale. A, and then B, this is awful, an awful predicament. Because even if I didn't care about what it said, which I really don't, it's whatever, take me or leave me. But it's still private information. But even if I was like super proud of that number, I don't want them knowing that I'm going to the bathroom. Like, oh, let me just hop on the scale real quick. That's like a vain thing to
You
do.
don't want them to know how embarrassing you actually are.
Exactly. That's like your bathroom business. You don't need anybody to know what you're doing in there. You get in there to pick your teeth. You don't need the whole world knowing that's what you just went to the bathroom for.
Sure.
You want them to think you just went in there to tinkle, and then you wash your hands and you came out.
Absolutely.
But you add a little extra step in there. It's supposed to be private, and then once it's not private, you don't know what to do. It was very embarrassing. All right.
Okay, back to the story.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I liked it. It was good.
It just reminded me of that. I don't even know how. Why were we talking
Bathroom
about weighing
scale,
ourselves?
my ghost.
Oh, that's right.
My
Yeah.
ghost weighed itself. My ghost was you.
Oh, maybe in like a parallel universe.
Yeah, maybe right when you stood on it was when the light in my bathroom.
You think I was at a baby shower at like 5 o'clock in the morning?
I don't think it was that early in the morning. I don't remember now. I think it was like 9 in the morning.
Yeah, that'd be a weird baby shower. But also, it's kind of weird that you have maybe they wanted everybody to weigh themselves at the baby shower. It's a weird baby shower.
Maybe it was a psychological test. I bet there was a camera in there.
Oh, man. Oh, I should have broken that damn scale. Okay, so here we go. This story is about Fancy Fart's family. If you don't remember, they live in the mountains, the bowels of the mountains.
Yes, in the Appalachians.
Yes, and so we've got great stories from here. This is story number 3. My father and I were driving back to town after visiting my aunt and uncle at their trailer. It was late in the evening, and it was rainy and muddy, and there was a wet fog hovering somewhat over the hills and ridge lines.
Okay.
So we got to this bend in the road and a little curve about a mile out from where their house was when suddenly this woman with short black hair comes walking out of the woods. My father almost hit her head on and we
Oh,
had to swerve to avoid her.
oh my gosh.
She was wearing a rain jacket and black sweatpants and dirty tennis shoes. It looked like she had been in the woods all night and maybe even all week.
Oh
She
no.
had mud all over her pants, her jacket, and shirt underneath was soaking wet, and her hair was a mess.
Okay.
So they like got to see this person up close.
Yeah.
So imagine someone soaking wet, they're muddy all over, the edge, everything's a mess.
Yeah.
She looked very disheveled and stared at us all the way up the road, just staring. I
Mm.
even looked back in the rearview mirror, and she was still up there at the side of the road looking at us, not even moving, just staring at us. She didn't go back into the woods, she just stood there staring.
Ugh.
She was never seen again.
Oh my gosh.
I often wondered just what the hell she was doing out there, wet and alone. Perhaps she was kidnapped? I hope not.
Oh, wouldn't you think she'd like flag you down a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, maybe, or maybe it was like that scene in the Goonies when he goes to flag him down and it's the kidnappers. Oh,
Oh,
like
that's the worst
I
part.
know if I were ever kidnapped, like that would just suck because you'd have to chance.
Yeah.
What if this is somebody who just captivated me? Like that's
Captivated.
captivated me.
They're
Oh,
such a good storyteller.
oh,
They're
just
captivating.
captured me. Sorry, just captured me. What if it was somebody who just captured me? That would be terrifying.
Yeah, that would be awful. Worst case scenario. That's a horror movie.
Yeah, it definitely is. So there's not really much to debunk there. It sounds like it was a real person.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe who is just never seen from again, or look-alike cryptid. Like what are those called? A mimic,
Ooh, yeah. Or a skinwalker.
a skinwalker. Somebody skinwalkers. I don't understand them. I keep trying to understand them. They're otherworldly. You always say that. I don't really know what that means.
I think they're kind of like shapeshifters.
So they. Oh, okay. I don't know.
Does that
Definitely don't
help?
believe in that. No, I don't believe in it. But I do remember that from True Blood. I used to get into that show really
Oh,
big.
yeah. That's
So
good.
I do know what a shapeshifter is. So
Yeah. Your stepson tried to tell me he saw some skinwalkers in
that's
Florida
funny.
outside his.
Because when I asked him who's been telling Miles about
Oh.
skinwalkers, he denied. I don't know. I didn't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't mean to throw him under the bus. But
Oh, but there he is. And trust me, I'll go to him under that bus and
yeah.
fuss at him later.
Well, I overheard him telling Nora all about it. And Nora
Lovely.
was like, oh, I bet. I was like, I'm pretty sure. I wasn't like, they don't exist. I was like, I'm pretty sure those are on the Appalachian Mountain area.
Look at you, knowing you're well. In there, there's supposed to be some Skinwalker Ranch out in like
Oh,
Phoenix
yeah,
or
that's
something.
true. Yeah. But they're not in Florida.
That's not close to Florida.
No. That's not where they.
That's not where they dwell.
It's not where they roam.
But here they may have.
Maybe.
Okay, so that was one of their short little stories, and I thought this was another great one.
Okay.
So this is about their brother. My brother and his friend were deer hunting in some woods up in the area close to his home. This was multiple years ago, and nothing has happened recently. They were going through the woods with their guns when suddenly they spotted something up in the tree watching them.
Ooh.
This thing jumps from the high vantage point it's at around 10 or 20 feet high
Oh my
and
goodness.
falls all the way down to the ground below without being seriously injured.
Oh.
It was covered in thick matted hair and it was on 2 legs,
Oh
also
my
known
gosh.
as
Bigfoot?
bipedal.
Oh, bipedal.
Yeah. But also,
Bipedal.
totally Bigfoot. But yeah, bipedal. They aimed their guns at it, but the thing screamed at them, though he considered it more like a roar, and charged them. They ran out of the woods as fast as they could as this thing chased them for quite some time
Oh my gosh.
before finally losing it and getting back to home in one piece.
Oh my gosh.
They saw Bigfoot.
Why would they try to shoot Bigfoot?
Well, listen, as much as I love Bigfoot, and I would try to maybe like talk to Bigfoot
Yeah,
first.
just slowly back away.
If Bigfoot jumps down, lands on 2 feet, and its first reaction is to roar at me, I don't know if I'd shoot, but I would definitely run. Like, we'll
Yeah.
talk later when you're in a better mood.
Yeah.
I got to get out of here right now.
Ew. Yikes.
Mhm,
I don't think it roared at them until they pointed their guns at him.
Oh, yeah, maybe. But you know, you got a gun.
Yeah.
Something jumps down. I mean, I get that. I'm not going
Yeah.
to judge that. It's like, that's a terrifying moment.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't really have time to be like, is this the Bigfoot everybody's talking about? Where have you been? Sit down and let's go have some tea and let's talk it all out.
Right?
Why do you want to hide so bad? Because people always point guns at me. That's what he would say.
Well, there's nothing to debunk there.
Why do you think I picked both those stories tonight? It was an easy peasy, lemon squeezy like our drinks tonight. They're so summery.
I know they're so good. You made them, and I got to sit back and relax while you did it.
Oh, I love taking care of you. But listen, it's so strange having a cold because it feels like it's fall. Because I always get a cold in the fall, not
Oh,
spring.
yeah,
Here we are drinking summer drinks with a fall cold. It's weird.
yeah, it's weird.
That's it. I said, hey, listen, like I had
Riveting.
some really important time. It might have been the extra 2 shots of tequila in here. Made it sound something real important happened.
All right. Well, I don't think you're going to have as easy of a time debunking this one.
Oh, let's see. Let's give it a shot.
All right. So I went out. I did a little hustle
Nice.
in a local Louisville group.
Mhm.
I had put something out a while ago, like, hey, we do these stories, and it's like a buy nothing group. So like people go and be like, hey, I've got this dresser. Anybody want it? Or
Oh, cool.
hey, I'm looking for laundry baskets. Anybody have those? And
Very nice.
it's like just trading.
Yeah, very cool.
So I got on and I was like, I mentioned something earlier about anybody wanting to give me your ghost stories, so that I was following the guidelines. And but some
you
people
could in exchange plug this podcast or this site for them.
It's really not even a trading thing. It's just like it's not like I'll give you this for
Oh,
that. It's just like,
I
hey, I
need
have
this.
Anybody want this? And
Very cool.
vice versa. So anyways, I put something out and one person responded. This is from Cami.
Mhm.
And they're local because it was the Louisville.
Nice. I love the name Cami.
I know, it's cute. Okay, just says ghost story.
I'm here for it.
About 15 years ago, I was at the police department in Old Louisville as a social worker.
Oh, for me, I was like, why? Tell us. Spill the tea. What happened?
A lively enough job without the supernatural.
True, I bet.
I am a massive skeptic.
Hi, Cami.
I was out with an officer when we got a call about a broken window, but dispatch was having a hard time finding the address. It's short Ormsby, if you know the area, bisected by 65.
I do know Ormsby Lane.
We just drove by, and an older woman waved us down. We went to the house, and the officer took a criminal mischief report. All of a sudden, the nice lady asked if I was wearing a cross or had been blessed with holy water recently.
That's a random question.
Right? I had a new cross that my priest had taken to Iona. I think that's how you say that. Iona, or lowercase Lona, but I think it's Iona. To have blessed. I picked it up and the bishop was leaving, so they both blessed me. So when the Cami went to go get the cross from her priest, the bishop was also there and they both blessed.
Wow, that's like extra blessings.
Double blessings.
I go like hit the lottery up or something, right?
Right? Oh, I don't think you can do the devil's entertainment.
Look,
right
I don't know how that works. I don't know how blessings work. It just seems like you go do something fun and get away with it.
The lady shook her head and said, he won't like that.
Whoa, the double blessings?
Yeah, that Cami is wearing a cross and that they have recently been double blessed.
He won't like that.
That's what this old lady said.
So they're at this woman's house for criminal mischief.
Yeah.
And we don't know who he is, but they're not going to like...
This woman, it sounds almost like she could feel like, is one of you wearing a cross?
Oh, that is like gave me goosebumps.
Right.
Okay.
Or been blessed. And Cami's like, both.
Yeah, both. Why are you asking?
Right. We were at the kitchen table. You could tell that there had been stairs there years before. So like right in that kitchen there used to be a set of stairs.
Okay.
Sounds like.
How could you tell?
I don't know. You could,
okay,
though.
It's Cami's story. I'm here. Okay.
We heard a terrible noise and looked up. The stairs were back. Suddenly stairs appeared.
What?
And blood was pouring down them.
What? Cami.
A horrible voice yelled at us to get out. I got out, but I laid a little Latin prayer on it as I fled.
Wow, that was smart thinking fast.
I guess, yeah. St. Patrick's breastplate. Very handy to know. P.S. When we drove by the next day, the house was gone and it was an overgrown lot.
What? Cami. What?
That is a Stephen King? Who's Stephen King movie?
A snippet of it. Okay, I have so many questions. Cami, did you and that police officer talk about this afterwards? Did this police officer also have the same hallucination is what I'm getting at? No, I'm so sorry, Cami. You're a new listener. That's just my job. I have to be the skeptic. Look, Cami, you said yourself you're a huge skeptic, so I'm going to be like you right here.
Okay.
Uh, that is a wild story. So I need to know, did you and the police officer have a full conversation after this? Because it seems to me like if you did, as a police officer,
Yeah, they're not doing their job very well.
yeah, I'd go back and investigate. Like,
Yeah.
what just happened?
Yeah.
You saw it, I saw it, we both witnessed this. There are bloody steps. We need to go down there and figure out what's going on.
Right.
Guns blazed. That's fine. Let's do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, it's
But we
so
don't
weird.
just run out like, "Ew, gosh, there's a little bit of blood." And somebody told us to get out. That is not good police work.
No. Now, as the social worker,
Oh, yeah, that's
you
not
get
your
out.
job, girl. That's not your job, Cammy. Get out.
Yeah.
Get out for sure.
Civilian, get out.
Yes, thank you. I love the fact that, I hope that's still happening. Social workers are going on police runs. That's how
Yeah,
it
for
should
sure.
definitely be. But that's not your job. What the minute bloody steps start happening, get the fuck out. Go.
Yeah,
Uh,
100%.
let the police officer handle that. But did he also, because you said I ran out,
Right.
did he stay to investigate? If he did, what did he find?
Yeah, because the next day it was an overgrown lot.
And was he with you the next day? Did he see it was an overgrown lot as well?
Yeah.
Did you have this conversation? Is there a chance that maybe you thought you remembered where that house was, but you were like 2 streets over?
Oh, yeah.
So you kinda got a little bit lost, and then it just fit that narrative of like, "Oh my gosh, that was so creepy," and
Right.
now it's not even there, and that was just enough to freak you out, you didn't investigate more?
Yeah, I can't picture the stairs being gone and then suddenly being there. And it sounds like their stairs
Yeah.
are going up because they looked up when they heard the noise.
Oh, that's even weirder because I was definitely thinking down, like, in the depths of hell. Like, it was like a gateway to hell
Yeah.
down below.
Oh, yikes.
Well, I mean, where'd your mind go?
Up.
Who do you think's down there talking?
Well, I was thinking up because it says we looked up and the
Well, they're
stairs were there.
talking, and so you look up. Like, even though you look up, it's not necessarily up, it's
Blood is
like
pouring down.
yeah, blood can pour
Yeah, but you wouldn't
down.
see that if you're sitting at this table and there's like
Alright, so let's picture this is your kitchen, okay? So you and I are
this is my kitchen.
this is your kitchen, but let's picture there were some stairs there at one point, like, it's a tiny kitchen,
Yeah.
and we're sitting here. How this is the other part I need to know from Cami, how did you know there used to be stairs there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did
I do
it
need to know that
did
too.
it look like what? What did it look like?
I don't know, but I want
I
to
don't
go
know.
next door.
Like, maybe it was kinda walled off, like, it kinda went in, and it was like, it's walled off, and it must have been a stairwell there at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, but, yeah, and did you ever go back
Yeah.
to double check to make sure it wasn't, like, the next day you were having a hallucination and it was actually a house and you were very tired from being so scared the day before?
I don't know.
So many questions,
So
Cammy,
many
and you're
questions.
local, and we like I don't know if you like to drink, but we do. We can go meet up at a bar and ask you all these questions. Wow, that's a fascinating story. I just need to know those questions before I can do any more debunking.
Okay.
What did the police officer say? What was that conversation? So, Cammy, for real, please write us back if you're listening to this. Write us back and let us know what was that conversation. Did the police officer experience all those same things?
Right.
And how did you know there used to be stairs there?
Yeah. Yeah.
And was it upstairs or was it downstairs? Are we looking down in the basement or looking up? I don't know why that matters, but we're in a debate here.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like to win. That's why it matters.
So you're not gonna, I'm gonna be right. Yeah. Well, that's it.
Wow, that is
Very
so creepy.
interesting story. Very wild.
Okay, wait. What
I can't imagine how scared I would be if I just saw blood running down or up any stairs.
Okay, so while I can't debunk it, I do want to know what your thoughts are on what do you think it was? Like clearly your first thought goes to demon.
Yeah.
But what do you believe in like the devil himself being alive and real?
No, I believe that.
Like alive and like here. Could the devil have been
Well,
in this woman's house?
I have complicated feelings about my faith, but
Mhm.
if I believe that God can be here, then yeah, I think the
Mm.
opposite of that spectrum is true too.
Very
But they
interesting.
never said the devil was there. It was just a terrible voice.
They did, but it almost implied it was a demon or was something like that. So
Yeah.
my question is,
Well,
are
I
we
think there are
talking demon?
angels and demons too.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole lot.
It's like a crew, a
Good
work
grief,
crew.
this is like a I mean, this is a tricky place we live in,
Yeah, for
navigating these
sure.
devils and these
Oh,
angels.
no. Speaking of this, I
Oh
think I
gosh.
accidentally talked Mom into watching the movie Dogma, that Kevin Smith movie.
Aaron
I
Taylor.
know, I didn't really mean to. I didn't mean to, but it's trouble.
The good thing is she never remembers anything.
The more I tried to convince her not to watch it, the more she was like, I gotta watch this movie. I'm like, Mom, you do not need to watch this movie. It was a clue it was like an answer on one of our crosswords.
Oh, funny.
And
I was like, how did y'all start talking about Dogma?
Yeah, I was like, oh, Dogma. That's what that is. I love that movie. And she was like, well, what's Dogma about? She's religious. So I was like, oh, well.
It's a satire. That's
Yeah.
what we should just satire.
Oh, that's a good word. That's what I should have said. I said, oh, you wouldn't like it.
It's hilarious, Mom.
I was like, well, like God loves skee ball, obviously. So he goes down and takes the form of a human. Like I went and explained it, and she was like, well, this sounds really interesting. I should watch it. I was like, no. There's a lot of cussing. It's probably pretty blasphemous.
And I love it, Mom.
You shouldn't watch it. You wouldn't like it. And then finally I was like, well, Dad definitely can't watch it. Dad, there's no way Dad can be anywhere in the house when you watch it. And she's like, I can watch a movie without your father. I was like, I know you can, Mother.
You're like, okay, but Mom, do you know the trick about how when you think he's out of the room, you have to make sure the door is locked,
right?
And then you have to make sure to turn the channel real quick.
Right.
You're not supposed to be watching 90210.
Finger on that channel.
Finger on that channel, ready at any moment.
Yeah.
The minute that doorknob turns.
Yeah, it just made me think of the time. This is a little bit off subject.
That's what we're good at.
I say a little. It's so far off subject. Reminds me of when I was like, it was my birthday was coming up, and she was like, "Oh, let's go out. We'll have a little shopping day, and I'll take you to Victoria's Secret, and
oh gosh,
I'll buy you a new bra. I bet you need one." And I was like, well, "Yeah, but like, I don't need one from Victoria's Secret, Mom. Those bras are very expensive."
Right.
She was like, "Oh, it's your birthday. Come on, we're gonna go." And I was like, okay, fine, let's go. So we go.
Because that's what every teenage daughter wants to do, is go to Victoria's Secret with your mom.
Right. So I go, I pick out a bra. I'm like actively searching for the cheapest one, which is $38. That is not cheap for a bra. As somebody who pays the bills now, I'm like, no, that's a lot of money.
Right.
And again, as a 16-year-old, I was also very aware.
And you knew her mom. That's why you were very aware.
So I'm like, she's going to be pissed when she sees how much this is. So I'm like, actually, I think it might have been 50. I think the bra was 50. Yeah,
that sounds more like Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, so we get in line. The whole time, I keep telling her, I'm like, Mom, we can go to Target. I promise you I'm fine. Like, I don't care. I don't know the difference. A Target bra is fine. No, Aaron, you're being silly. Stop. We get all the way up to
I already know how this is going because I know Mom.
It rings up. Mom goes, no, I'm sorry. We only got the one bra. And she's like, yeah, your total is after tax, 56, blah, blah, blah. She was like, for a bra? And she's shouting in Victoria's Secret. She's like, that is absurd. And I'm like, my face is so red. I'm like, Mom, it's fine. Let's go. And she's like, I'm sorry, Aaron, but I am not paying $50 for a bra for a 16-year-old. And I was like, oh my gosh.
As if you had begged her.
Right. So we leave, and she has not stopped talking about it.
Oh my god!
The whole way to the car. That is ridiculous. That is like robbery. I cannot believe they would charge that much. We get in the car, and finally I go, Mom, remember? Like, she's like mad at me.
Yeah. Oh, I totally I see this whole thing happening.
Mom, I need you to remember that I tried to tell you they were really expensive, and we could go to Target. And she got real quiet for a minute, and she's like, I guess you did tell me that. I was like, I did. That was the most embarrassing thing.
Oh my gosh.
For a 16-year-old.
It was your idea to go.
You insisted. I didn't even want it. I don't even need a bra.
I love that woman so much.
Oh
She's so
gosh.
funny.
Yes.
She's anyways for good stories.
She will be watching Dogma soon, and we'll have to deal with that. Oh, she is going to get mad at me.
Oh, no. Dad's going to get mad at you. When
That's
he's
true.
Like, who told you to watch this movie?
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron highly recommended it.
Oh my gosh. I know. And I'm going to have to tell her how much I said, please don't watch it.
Yeah, no, she's not going to remember that part.
Oh, she's going to watch it.
She told me it was the best movie she ever saw. Oh, I love it. I cannot wait. I'm going to get some popcorn. I hope I'm there. I hope we get caught up at Sunday dinner.
I'm nowhere near. In fact, I'm going to stop going to Sunday dinner.
I really hope it happens in person, not over the phone. Okay, well, the reason I asked that question, well, and this doesn't really have anything to do with the devil so much as possession, but this wasn't a story, but I did some hustling myself today.
I had to try to remember what you said the reason I asked this question. I was like, what
I
question?
know.
Sorry, that was my fault.
Yeah, well, we go on tangents all the time, left and right. So let me remind you, I asked you the question about the devil. Do you think it was the devil or a
Right.
demon or what?
Right.
Because it kind of reminded me of this little nugget. I'm just going to say, I'm going to call it a little nugget that someone named Kelly posted on one of my hustles. And I thought this was a great place to hustle. Get a load of this new group that I just joined to get stuff for myself.
Okay.
Called Appalachian Cryptids and Folklore.
Ooh.
Doesn't that sound good, right? And
Yeah.
they do. They have great stuff on here. And they let me post my thing.
Yay.
Which was great, my little hustle. But I haven't gotten anything yet. I'm hoping it'll still stay out there and somebody will bite. But this person said, I believe ghosts are demons that pretend to be people so they can possess new people since the ones they possessed died.
Oh, man.
So anytime a spirit, what we call, like what you would call a spirit, they don't believe it's a spirit, like someone like you died and now you're just kind of floating around.
Mm-hmm.
They believe that if your spirit stays around, it's because you have been possessed.
Oh, wow.
And that spirit stays around.
Almost like zombie style.
Yeah,
You're turning
something.
him into a demon.
Or that one show, Fallen. Have you ever seen that with Denzel Washington?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it's so good. And
Is
it's
that the one where they sing that song? Because we've talked about that on this podcast
On
before.
my side. Yeah, that and every time they sing that, they're possessed, but
Yeah.
and they look for somebody to pass it on to. Oh,
Yeah.
that would be a good movie
that
night.
would be a good movie night.
That'd be a really good movie night. But anyway, I said, because I'm like, well, that's great. I also need a story, Kelly. I mean, that's what I was saying in my head.
Right.
But I came across, slightly nicer. I said, hey, any first person stories you would like to share? And Kelly sends back, no, it's just what it seems like when you watch videos about encounters. They usually growl and screech and say things people wouldn't say.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, some. But then sometimes you hear some people like floating around. You hear about some people. Aaron tells me about this stuff, Kelly. Apparently, there's some nicer ghosts out there.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a kind of an interesting
that is
take.
an interesting idea.
So what if this person had a haunting in their house, like someone had passed away?
Yeah.
What if there had been nothing wrong with their house?
Yeah.
And then someone passes away, and then now they have this possession inside their house because it had been inside of them. And, I think a lot of people think about possession in ways of like people who are afflicted by addiction or different things like that. Is that a possession?
Yeah.
That I've heard people say things like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just it's food for thought. It's interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I've never heard that theory before, so that's really interesting.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's all my little tidbits and your little tidbits.
All right. Well, speaking about your little bits, do you have a fan favorite?
Well, yeah, I do, girl. You know me. I never miss a week. I'm always on it, like Johnny on the spot, and especially this week because
you're so nerdy, like Johnny on the spot.
Well, yeah. What else would you call me? I'm always ready.
I never would have said that expression.
I don't know why, because I'm always ready. It's so weird. So I will give you props. You recommended this fan favorite.
I did.
And I was so excited because honestly, I didn't realize this fan favorite, while I love them in real life and in person, I didn't realize that they're such a fan of ours.
They are.
It's the lovely, the one, the only Miss Debbie Graff. I'm going to throw her last name out there. Whatever. Yeah. She'll eat it up. She loves it. So Debbie Graff, you work with her.
Yes.
I get to have fun
only
with her.
Only for 2 more days.
I know she's retiring. We're so proud of Debbie, but also so sad because I really wanted her to be Miles's teacher.
I know. I just needed 1 more year.
Yeah, I needed a couple more years so she could get my kids in, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. We're very excited for this new chapter in your life, Debbie. And apparently you want to tell everybody why you picked Debbie?
Because almost every time I see Debbie, she's telling me about somebody else she was telling our podcast about.
Aww.
Oh, I saw my friend so-and-so and told them all about your podcast and how they need to write in. I'm like, that is amazing.
That is amazing. Yes, and if everybody did that, imagine how big we would get. Love it, Debbie. Well, we just want to say thank you. I mean, I could just say thank you for being a great friend, for sure. But as far as this podcast goes, that really does help us. So we want to say thank you. Of course, I did a lot of extra talking because it's Debbie and I know Debbie and I love her. Started asking about her personal life and, all that fun stuff. But Debbie said, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. How about the Arrow Fund? They raise money for animals that need medical services. Thank you so much, and I tell people about you guys all the time because I'm so proud of you both.
Oh,
I know,
I
that's
love Debbie.
so sweet. I do too, and I love the Aero Fund. In fact, my former roommate Beth, she and I used to. Well, Beth worked for the Aero Fund for quite a while, but we used to go to like a lot of their events and do stuff.
Yeah.
To help support them. They all had to do with drinking beverages and bringing your dogs. Two things I love: dogs and beers. So anyway, Aero Fund is a wonderful organization. It is local. I don't know if it's out there everywhere, but they will take like the most severe cases.
Oh.
They probably would have taken your hamster. No. I
Okay.
think
They wouldn't have. That hamster was dying of natural causes, of natural
Okay.
old age.
Aaron, somebody put on there that they had a gerbil for 4 years. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Listen, it's
I
fine.
don't know how old this hamster was. I don't even know if it was a boy or girl. That hamster could have been 10 years old.
That is true. That is true. You did get them from a drug deal.
It was a rescue hamster.
Okay.
Do I get no credit for that?
Yes, you do until you dumped them in the garbage. But anyway.
Hey, I would like to say really quick
Okay.
while we're on this.
Okay.
They will go unnamed because they said I'm not about to post this on Facebook page, but there's
I
no way
love
in
that.
hell I'd take a hamster to a vet.
Oh,
Yes.
that's hilarious. Now tell me who is. Oh, that is hilarious. All right. Well, okay. So you have one other person out there who's cold-hearted, just like you.
You would not take a hamster to a vet. Do not come on here and tell me you would.
No,
You probably would have buried it, but you would not
I would have had a
have
funeral.
taken that hamster to the pet.
Yeah.
To the vet.
Yep. I definitely, it's funny because while I am, especially, and you all can probably piece together my religious beliefs as well, but as much of a non-believer as I am, formalities really matter to me. So like the funeral, that would be important for the hamster. The lizard that Miles smashed, we definitely had a whole eulogy. It was a process, buried in underneath a beautiful bush outside. And we say prayers every night at our dinner table.
Oh, there you go.
Formalities matter to me, and I think that it's always great to stop and give gratitude, and I don't care who you give gratitude to, but you should show gratitude, and you should make a time in your day to give it. That's what my lesson is.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah. So,
all
there
right.
it
Well,
is.
thank you, Debbie.
Yes, Debbie, you are the best. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I mean, all you fan favorites are the best, but tonight, Debbie is the best.
But also, Debbie, come back over. Let's hang.
Oh, yeah. Debbie always comes to our fire pit nights, and we have a blast.
Yeah. If Debbie retires and then forgets about us,
oh, she better never.
I'll stalk her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's not getting rid of us that easy.
And thank you to our writers. Cammie, it was great hearing from a new writer.
Yes. Thank you, Cammie.
And thank you, Fancy Fart.
We love you, Fancy Fart.
And thank you all for listening. It means so much. If you want to follow us on our socials, we're on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. We also have a website, myskepticalsister.com, where you can write us in. You can find out about becoming a Patreon for our movie nights or just the bonus content, which let me float this past you.
Okay, let's hear it.
We usually do Am I the Asshole? And then we do extra bloopers. And then the other 2 weeks, I just fill in like little bonus stories. What if one of those little bonus stories, I just tell you 5 new corny jokes?
Oh my gosh. Okay, that sounds good. It sounds like a lot. 5. That's a lot. I feel like that's a lot to sit through. But I mean, let's do it. That sounds great.
Okay, because I got my first one ready.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, you got to get 4 more.
Yeah, I know.
Now we don't want to go back and forth. You don't want me to see if I can find some too.
Oh, that'd be great. I'd love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's make it 6. I'll come with 3. You come with 3.
Okay.
And that's gonna be
one. Okay. Listen. Now I don't want to deter anybody from actually signing up for this Patreon.
How could you? You'd want to so bad to join.
But when Erin says corny jokes, I'm telling you, like she gives dads a run for their money, for sure. So just know what you're signing up for. Yeah, they're so good. You don't want to miss them. They're going to be great. Anyways, so yeah, we give out bonus content once a week and then we do the movie night. You can also write in from there, or you can write us in at myskepticalsister@gmail.com. You can find our P.O. box on the website. You can also get our stickers there or our magnets. We'll send those off to you. And you can rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcast or wherever it will let you, and send those stories in. We need them. There you go. We'll talk to you next week. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Okay. La 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 la.
you want to refill your drink?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a bigger cut too.
That was
beautiful.
Weird burp. Sorry.
It was a weird burp. It's like you were possessed by the demon that's like, don't talk about me on air.
It felt very powerful when it came out of me. That's what she said.
You can't do that when I just put a big thing in my mouth.
That's what she said.
A big swallow in my mouth. I don't even know. Stop.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm hiding my face under my shirt. Okay. Gosh, you made me all verklempt. Go on. Sorry.
You're fine.
I have a hair in my mouth. And then a dirty joke came after that. I made it stay in. That's what she said. Ew. A hair in my mouth. That was gross.
I don't know if I understand. She made the hair stay in, or the...
She had a hair in her mouth after a blowjob.
Yeah, no, I get that.
That was it. Just that's what she said. I have a hair in my mouth. That's what she said.
Oh, I made it stay in was not part of it.
I didn't say it made. I made it stay in.
Yes, you did. You said I had a dirty joke. I made it stay in.
I made the joke stay in my head.
That's where I was like, why would you make that stay in your mouth?
I was just explaining why, like, all of a sudden I got real, like, don't. And then I was like, whatever, just let it out.
Oh,
okay. All right. Well, here we go. There was fog and everything was very wet.
Did you get dirty in your head right then, or
no
typo?
No, I didn't get dirty in my head. It's just very broken up because it's Reddit and there's no commas or anything.
Okay.